Okay, so as most of you who've seen my videos in the past know, I am a very big fan of the Fets. They are my two, like Boba and Jango are my two favorite characters in Star Wars. Like they're neck and neck. I can never decide between them. Like I'm a super Fett fanboy, basically. Like there are two things I love almost fanatically. There's Red Hood and the Fets, and this also extends to the Fets starship, the Slave One, which is probably my favorite starship in all of fiction, or at least in Star Wars, because I like the design of it, I like the way it operates, I like its various features. I also kind of just like, I kind of like the story to it from the expanded universe, like how Django got his hands on it, how he lost his original ship, Jaster's Legacy, and then how he basically took the one that destroyed that ship and began using it. And I just wanted to get that out of the way. So, just so you know, I have a personal bias in this little story. So, kind of take my opinion, any opinions I give with a grain of salt on this, or at the very least, yeah, I just want to put that out there for full disclosure. I am biased on this, but I got an article by Pirates and Princesses. This is also a story I found out about through Ryan Kennel, who is a great YouTuber, in my opinion. I love watching his rants. At some point, I would love just to talk with him online, just to pick his brain about his knowledge about Star Wars. But yeah, I found this article because of him, and the article is this: Disney renaming Boba Fett's Slave One as Boba Starship in Star Wars. Although that's in question mark with a kind of a yell symbol. But yeah, it's just, this is stupid. Okay, yeah. And it reads as follows. Remember playing with your Kenner Star Wars Slave One playset back in the day? Yeah, well, according to Disney, Boba Fett's ship isn't called that anymore. At least it won't be in the upcoming Lego sets. I highly doubt it's just they're going to sell for just in the Lego sets, because Disney loves, like, fucking with stuff. They can't help it. Like, anything you love, they will screw with on some level. To quote, it's a Gundam, everything I love dies. Star Wars is a great example of this. But anyway, now it's just Boba Fett's starship. No, I'm not kidding. Likely part of Disney's continued diversity and inclusion initiatives, the Lego version of Boba Fett's iconic ship will drop the Slave One moniker and instead be referred by its new name. This at the request of Disney, according to a Lego Star Wars design director, Jens Kronvold, and Lego Star Wars lead designer Michael Lee Stockwell. Yeah, this sounds like something Disney would do. Like, they have got to be the biggest. Like, they have to sanitize everything, and it's really infuriating. Like, I love Star Wars for how, especially depending on how far you go into the old EU and the games, there were certain things they were not afraid to shy away from. Disney has no such balls or spine. They infuriate me. They really do. And it sucks that they own Star Wars, because I love that franchise. Even if I do come in and out of my loving of it. But yeah, while Disney hasn't made a formal announcement of the internal name change, fans will note that the change to Boba Fett Starship on an up-and-coming LEGO playset from The Mandalorian. This was addressed during a LEGO Fan Media Days event last month via Jedi News. Jens. Then the next one, also from The Mandalorian, is Boba Fett Starship. Michael, yes, I built another. We're not calling it Slave One anymore. This is Boba Fett Starship. James, okay, why are we dropping the Slave One name? Jens, everybody is. It's probably not something which has been announced publicly, but it is just something that Disney doesn't want to use anymore. And of course they don't, because they are spineless. Like, they are the most spineless, coddling. They infuriate me to no end. They sanitize everything. Again, like, they have to make everything family friendly. Granted, Star Wars, I think, was originally family friendly, or at least that's the feel I got from the movies. But at least it was made for a generation when children weren't such wusses, when they could handle edgy stuff. But yeah, you can see images of the box for the up-and-coming release below. Confirmed that the name Slave One seems to be no more, or at least in the LEGO Star Wars universe. Which sucks, because at some point I would like to get a Slave One Lego, because I never got to finish that as a kid. I would like to go back and finish one and just have it in my room somewhere, just as a display. Last year, in the wake of the death of George Floyd, some in the tech world were calling for an end to the master and slave designations. And of course, it had to come back to that prick somehow. Like, don't get me wrong, what happened to George Floyd was... It was disgusting. That's about all I can really say. Like, those cops, they deserve some kind of repercussion, because I do get the feeling some cops think they can do whatever they want without retribution or having to pay some consequence. However, I found the impact of his death to be excessively insufferable and asinine. It'll be interesting to see if the Slave One name change carries over to the entirety of the Star Wars canon, the Disney canon, or if it's just because of the product is marketed to kids. If I had to guess, I'd wager this is a company-wide mandate given the current political climate at Lucasfilm in particular. With the Book of Boba Fett coming to Disney+, maybe Lucasfilm can at least concoct a plausible story reason for the name change and give us something better than Boba Fett Starship. Now we just wait and see how this goes over with the longtime Star Wars fans, some of whom have sunk thousands of dollars in Boba Fett and Slave One merchandise. Grab some popcorn. And that's all for the article. And yeah, this is just the latest in dick moves by Disney, in my opinion. They love changing stuff on the fly whenever it suits them, and yeah, just fuck Disney. They're kind of like Naughty Dog. I used to like them, but now I just say fuck them. Because they have bastardized something I loved. The only difference is, Naughty Dog, the worst thing they did was Uncharted 4. Disney, they took an entire series and bastardized some of the most beloved characters in it. Granted, none of them were characters I loved anymore, but still characters I kind of liked. Like Han Solo, I still think was a cool character. Luke Skywalker was my favorite as a kid. And at some point, they will find a way to bastardize one of my favorite characters of all time, one of the Fets, and I'm surprised they didn't do that in The Mandalorian. I really was starting to think they would. But, yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. So, yeah, the longtime fans, I don't think will be happy with this. Like, I know that's stating the obvious, but God dang it, can we not have anything nice? Like, if anything, I would just like an explanation for why Jango decided to name it the Slave One. Like, they could at least, at the very least, I hope they at least give it a new name at some point. Maybe say Boba just wants to change it so he'll be less easy to find when he docks. Or maybe he just changed it on the fly because he felt like it. Or he just thought it was time for a new name change. But they could give it a new, cooler name. There are lots of good names to give starships. Like, whenever I try to imagine a Star Wars story in my head, I always call my starship the Morrigan. Granted, I was still not from Assassin's Creed Rogue, but still. Like, there's lots of cool names from mythology they could have used, or that just sound cool that I wish they would use. And, yeah, fuck. Fuck. This is... Well, you know what, fuck it, I've already given my opinion on the subject. And I read the article, so that was the main thing. I just want people to know about this. I mean, I highly doubt a lot of people will see this, because I'm at the very bottom of the pecking order in YouTube. Given how long I've only been doing this for a year with BitChute and YouTube, but... Well, at least on BitChute, I think maybe this video will see some more, I want to say traction. Or at the very least, it'll get more viewership. In YouTube, I highly doubt it, but... That's the way it goes. And yeah, I just wanted some people to know about this. If you, on the off chance you haven't seen Kennel's video already, I will be putting a link to that in the description. The same with this article. I will be posting a link to it. And that's about all I can really say. Just, yeah, it really sucks as a Fett fan that they're going to do this. Like, I half expect them to do something with Fett that's going to piss me off in the new season of The Mandalorian or in the Book of Boba Fett, which sucks because I like the guy they have playing him. Temuera Morrison is one of the few actors out there who hasn't said anything to piss me off directly. But, yeah, hopefully this is just the extent of Disney wanting to fuck with the Fetts. I'm hoping that is the extent of it. But then again, Filoni might be involved in some way. Like, it would not surprise me if he finds a way to wiggle his way in there. And he loves to fuck with lore also. So, yeah, that's all I can really say. Have a nice day, and remember the game was rigged from the start.